Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Lessons Abroad. So, is it still worth it to move to China and teach English in 2026? Well, I'm Tino and today I'm gonna give you the honest, raw and unfiltered answer, so stick around.
Lessons abroad, discover yourself.
Hello everyone and welcome to the video. So I've been teaching English in Asia for the last decade, which the last 5 in China. I taught across different school settings and I saw the education industry change dramatically in the last few years. So first of all, the problem is China's changed, but many people still have that idea that teaching in China is still like 5 to 10 years ago, like this, where you can just show up and easily get an overpaid, easy job with low expectations. Well, it's time for a reality check now. So let's start with the first and maybe the biggest myth of all, that any foreigner can come to China and teach English. That was true maybe 5 years ago, still, even better 10 years ago, because there was definitely a time when schools were desperate to hire teachers. The demand was incredibly high and the education industry was expanding. So simply being a foreigner, and even better if you're a native speaker, that opened so many doors. Sometimes the interview, they were just very short. They were just asked where you're from and when you can start. That's all. But those days are gone forever. So let me give you a little bit of background what actually happened during this year to understand better, and then go to the part where I explain you what do you need and what you're going to be asked during an interview now. So before the pandemic, when I came to China around 2019, before the pandemic, China's international education sector was booming. International schools were opening and bilingual schools too. There was a huge demand for foreign teachers. During the COVID-19, the pandemic, everything changed. Basically, China closed the border for years. Many foreign teachers left and schools struggled to find any teacher. So salaries and benefits skyrocketed during that years. But that was short-lived, because after China reopened around 2022, the education landscape changed dramatically. The private tutoring sector died overnight because of the double reduction policy. So, and also some international school and bilingual restructured because the demographic changed in China. There are people have less babies, and the market conditions, the economy is not that strong. So, and also there was another thing to consider, that many Chinese nationals that went abroad to study in top university returned to China during the pandemic and even after, and they looked for a job. And now basically this graduate, they compete for the same jobs that foreigners they used to do. Like even teaching English, you were gonna compete with a local Chinese person who studied abroad. And so it's a perfect storm for things to change completely. Now we're gonna see what kind of questions and what schools require nowadays. Let's get into it. So what schools are looking for now? Well, I will tell you a list of questions that I've been asked during my interview, because I found a new job a year ago. I moved from Shenzhen to Beijing, so I'm pretty fresh and experienced about this. Let me tell you some of the questions they will ask you if you want to move to China, or even if you are in China and want to move to a better school. They will ask you, do you have a teaching qualification or license? Which I just got mine 6 months ago, and maybe in another video I will tell you how I did it I did online working in my school in China. They will ask you, how many years of classroom experience do you have? Have you taught the specific age group before? And a very important one is, can you teach AP, A level, IB, IGSE on another international curriculum? Because nowadays it's not just about teaching English. You have to teach a framework. You have to teach a curriculum. For example, for me, I teach IGSE. Well, my school has many different programs. Other question they will ask you is, how do you assess learning? Because nowadays schools look for results. You have to be able to show that you made an impact in that school. Another important question could be, how do you differentiate for learners? For example, if you teach in a mixed ability class with different students have different levels, you have to be able to differentiate. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's time for a reality check. So to answer the question, is China still worth it? Well, that depends on who you are and what you're looking for. Because if you are already a teacher back home, you want to move to China to continue your career, excellent. China is for you, and there are plenty of opportunity. But even if you're not a teacher and you want to build a career out of coming to China to teach English or whatever subject, well, there are plenty of opportunity. If you're a serious teacher, you want to be professional, and you are ready to learn continuously and upgrade your qualification, China is for you. And that's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm also, my channel is about, at least in part. I will make more videos about explaining how you can move to China, grow, getting better qualification, getting a teaching license online. So if you have any question, please put a comment below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to follow my videos. So it's all for today, and thank you for watching. Until the next lesson, take care. I am not the traveler who started in this friend. Listen.